Hi, I'm Galen. In this video, we're going to look at some exercises that I use for balance. A balance is about having your center of gravity over your base of support. The base of support can be large, making it relatively easy to balance, or small, such as standing on one foot, which makes it more challenging to balance. In these exercises, we'll move the body in various ways, paying a lot of attention to how we feel the center of our balance moving and the perception that we have in the bottoms of our feet that are touching the floor. And that helps us learn how to sense where the body is in space and how to better balance. So we're going to start off simply by standing and moving a little bit to sense our weight distribution and the feeling of balance in both feet. So come to stand in a comfortable position with your feet a few inches apart. Have some softness in your joints, your knees and ankles and hips. And then move around a little bit, side to side, or perhaps in some circles, feeling the weight shift in your feet. And see if you can get a sense of where your center is. For most people, it's in this area, just above the pelvis. Of course, it's inside the body, so you can't really touch the center. It's in here someplace, the lower abdomen or the top of the pelvis. So move around in both directions and then slow the movement down, let it settle in the center, and feel the weight in the bottoms of your feet. Looking for an evenness in the weight from the outside of the foot to the inside of the foot and the heel up to the ball of the foot. Now we'll begin to move our center. The first thing we'll do is to step the feet a little bit wider and then press up onto the ball of one foot and move your weight over the other foot. So this leg gets heavy, this leg gets lighter, and then move back the other way. There's always a little bit of softness in your joints, so don't have your legs stiff and rigid. As the weight comes into the leg that's bearing the most weight, feel how the weight is coming into your foot. Is it rolling onto the outside edge of the foot? If so, as you bring the weight over the foot, press down through the big toe side. Not enough to lift the outer edge, but enough to keep the big toe side of the foot firmly grounded on the floor. All right, and then come back to center and step your feet back to the first position. Now, let your weight come over to one leg and then lift the other leg out in front a little bit. I'll turn to the side so you can see this better. So I'll lift the foot out in front. This leg is straight now and circle it around. Making circles in one direction, and then switch and circle in the other direction. And if you lose your balance, you'll come back to both feet on the floor and take your time. Just move back in, feeling your weight shift, feeling secure in the bottom of your foot you're going to stand on, and then circle the leg. So we do that on both sides. And you might make 6 circles in each direction, whatever you want, really. There's no magic number. All right. Now, the next thing we'll do starts to move the center of gravity a little bit more. And notice here with this little timbali stick as an example, if this is our center, imagine this is the legs and this is the upper body. To stay balanced, as a leg moves back, the upper body will tilt forward. As the leg moves in the forward direction, the upper body tilts back a little bit. Right? And our body isn't quite as rigid and symmetrical in its weight as this. But just remember that anytime one part of the body, a part of your body below the center is moving in one way, the upper body will need to move in the other way. And that is true forward and back, and also true side to side. So for this exercise, we're going to bring one leg out and just lightly tap the toes down. There's no weight in this leg, but the toes can touch. That helps the balance a little bit. Then you'll swing the leg behind. And notice as I do that, the upper body tilts. And then I'll swing it back in front. The upper body comes back a little bit, back and forth like this a few times. Feeling the security of weight in your standing foot. You'll probably feel the weight shift a little bit from the heel to the ball of the foot, but be focused on the whole bottom of the foot staying in contact with the floor all the time. Notice how your body is tilting to counterbalance the leg, and try to get a good sense of where the center of that movement is. I feel it as right about in here. Okay? And then we'll do the other side. And you might do 4, 5, or 6 of those. Okay? So I'll stop here, and then I'll start with a second set on a new video just to make the segments a little shorter.